Hi. So a quick disclaimer before we get into this one, you are not about to see a hell of a lot of really good Izanami gameplay. I do not play particularly well in this match. I own up to that immediately. I don't know why, I don't have a good excuse except that this was not a good match for me. I didn't play well, will be playing better and continuing to improve. Regardless, here's the match. As you may have seen by the title, I've titled this one Izanami Ranked Comeback. You will see why very shortly into the game, as everything falls apart on me pretty quickly. However, it's a testament to never give up, never surrender, and all that eminently quotable good movie line jazz. From the team comp, I assume that we're going up against the Medusa Jing in lane. I don't see any real reason for the Kali, Mulan, or Vulcan to be in our lane. To be perfectly honest, it's absolutely possible that Mulan would be our support and that Vulcan could be the ADC. Like, I've seen that happen, I've seen people do it, but regardless, we still have the Zing Mulan as we see on the ward that I've put up at the purple buff, which is a lovely ward for duo lane right at the beginning of the game. Ideally, you only want one person to do it, and you want the other person in the duo lane to put out a ward in case of jungle early rotations in. We know pretty easily that Medusa has terrible lane clear compared to Izanami. A lot of people have terrible lane clear compared to Izanami, so we should have an early kill on our hands here. However, I backpedal instead of forward pedaling after that one clear that Medusa does, and we don't manage to follow up at all on this, which is a shame. We probably could have gotten a kill on the Izanami. Sorry, as the Izanami, probably could have gotten a kill on the Medusa there, but I backpedaled afterwards. And again, I play this a little bit weird. Like, we could be doing stuff here. I'm clearing and paying too much attention to the Jing. We could have just gone the Medusa. She was level 1. Regardless, we forced her beads, and I consider that a win. Probably could have pushed for more, to be perfectly honest, but like I said, I don't play this one very well. You may or may not have seen when I flashed up tab earlier, but Medusa's gone for a really strange build. You see it here, there. She's gone with a Mana Chalice, and I realised that she's gone with a Mana Chalice, so she's got no regen. So I go on this, and I think that having realised that she's got no regen makes me play worse. I think, we can just play for poke. Poke's fine, because she can't heal any of it, because she's got Mana Chalice and a Mage's Blessing start. So literally she's got absolutely no way to heal up, which is why on that invisible dash I go in there, I totally fluff it up. If I hit the 2, we win the game. Well, we win the lane. Honestly, if we hit that 2, this entire game goes differently. We get first blood in on her, and I'm confident in lane, and I don't make all the other mistakes that you're going to see me make throughout this game. Regardless, I'm playing this, we've got lane pressure, we're getting farm, we take oracles as a result. Jing's still full health because I don't think I've poked him once beyond the initial engagement on the first wave. They use Shell in that engagement, so again I'm thinking we could do something aggressive, and we have the option for the support to turn up. Ganesh actually does a pretty good engagement here, but it's Jing Chen, he has 2 jumps to get away, so there's little chance of us ever being able to do anything there. I'm significantly ahead of Medusa in terms of farm, so we're going to go invade their purple buff. If they try and contest this, we kill them. As we'll see here, they don't. But everything's going kind of well at the moment. You wouldn't say this is a lost game. You'd hope that we'd be doing better as an Izanami Ganesh lane. There's a solo kill over in solo, as Pele is busy doing the blue buff instead of going to help out Chark that's being absolutely destroyed. He was very low health at that point. I think I can aggress on her here, get a dash in, she's just going to dash straight at me. Honestly, after having seen her start, I spend the entire game not very scared of Medusa. To what is possibly a good idea. I should probably have respected her a little bit more, but you'll see throughout this game I end up trading pretty evenly of her. But I think that I've got the upper hand at all times when I don't really. And she doesn't play too badly, but for some reason I have it in my head that I am a lot better than Miss Medusa and I can pretty much kill her whenever, which isn't always the best attitude to be having. Meanwhile, mid lane, Pele dies early to the Vulcan Kali combo, and I totally fluff up my engagement here. Just terribly. Absolutely terribly. The Ganesh didn't shell for me, but let's be honest, even if you shelled, I was dead there anyway. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I backed off of that corner and kept auto-attacking through it. I should have made the decision either to stay in lane and attack them and be with a Ganesh, or to stay at my purple buff and attack them from there. Instead I did absolutely neither. Absolutely neither. Poor decision from both of me. Something really entertaining happens here. Ganesh gets poked out a little bit, and look at that tiny bit of health he's got. Splash! Gone. He busy goes, what the fuck was that? He never checked Medusa's build. Medusa's got Mage's Blessing. Yeah. He's surprised by this. Medusa's got Mage's Blessing. She's gonna do a lot of damage with her splash early on. I don't like the Medusa's build. I think the Medusa's build is flat out bad. Obviously it works here. I don't really play it very well. Overall, I think it's more of a skill thing that allows her to get away with it rather than it actually being OP. I don't recommend using it in general. But yeah, here we are. We're 0-4. Cool. We're not really that far down in gold, but it's not the way I like to start my lanes, and it's probably not the way anybody would like to start their lane. And this is 2 kills on the Kali already. The Kali's getting fed. Like, Kali's a late game god. The fact that she's having this much pressure and affecting the map this much early in the game is bad news. Really, really bad news. Yeah, like game-losingly bad news. You think that if the sooner Kali gets online, the bigger a problem she is. And if she gets online and she's 4 levels up on everybody, oh boy, are we in trouble. Boy, oh boy, are we in trouble. I don't even manage to get pressure here, despite clearing the wave. They do their purple. We've kind of lost all semblance of cohesion over in the left lane. It's only been 5 minutes, and my game has already fallen apart, I feel. I don't feel confident or comfortable engaging. The Jing Chen is I think, playing his duo lane really well. He has actually been pretty effective for most of this. Unfortunately, mid lane, I never see what's going on. I barely rotate at all during this game. We decide to engage here on the Medusa after I hit the 2, and then, as we can see, I bead something unnecessarily. I miss a bunch of autos. Jing Chen turns off, manages to shell. I get to auto through them, and Ganesh shells me. We get thrown into tower, and luckily, I don't know why, but very luckily, Ganesh actually takes the brunt of that. He tanks the tower shot. He dies for me as a result, because, again, the Jing Chen, I think, does more Ganesh, the basics. And then we see, yet again, another Kali kill. Oh. And I see over in mid lane, it's about to be another one. So, mid lane's absolutely kicking off, doing fantastically. We're all getting pummeled all over the map. I've gotten the only kill on the board, which I barely deserve, because I played that entire engagement terribly. It was only because she was so far out of position, Medusa. There was no way she was getting away. As soon as I cancelled my one and just started auto-attacking normally, I did manage to pick her up. But the Jing Chen's totally free to rotate now, so that's going to stop putting more pressure on mid. Solo has died twice as Chark to the Mulan, which, to be fair, you expect to happen. Mulan's got much better early pressure and damage than the Chark does. And so yeah, at this point, most people are thinking F6 territory, right? It doesn't look like there's much we can do, but bear in mind a couple of very important things. One, Medusa is an early game pressure and kill character. She is going to fall off. I have better wave clear than her, as we just saw there. I just cleared straight through her wave. I then poked her at the same time. I've got Devos online. Well, no, I don't Devos online, but I've got some life still online, and she has none. So I'm going to outpressure her there. And again, I wasn't scared of her. I'm not scared of her at all during this game, and I should have been a little bit more respectful. We're going to see that come back to bite me in the next 10 minutes. But yeah, she dashes in on me, and so I just immediately ult at my own feet. Either she ulties immediately in response, or she gets silenced out, and that means she doesn't get to use any more of her abilities. She doesn't get to trigger Viper Shot. She doesn't get to ult, and I should just auto her down with my steroid. Putting these high wards out to look for rotations. Again, that's me starting to think I can play aggressively a bit. I've killed the Medusa once. Maybe I can do so again. I decided to wait in base here for Devos. A questionable decision. Like 40 gold. I'm losing out on a fair bit of pressure. I'm not going to get back to lane before Medusa. So Medusa's going to clear and push my wave in the tower. Yeah, there she is. I'm not even anywhere near that to contest. I'm 2 levels up on her. So I should be feeling confident. And we start to get kills again, but they're still returning kills. One thing that's good, and one reason we never F6 this game, is that while they have the lead, they never pull away from us. Never pull away from us. If you keep your eye on the gold amounts in the top of the map, on the top of the screen, as the game goes on, you realise that they never actually get a substantial lead. Like, they never extend their lead to 5k, 10k, 15k, 20 kills up, get all the objectives. That never happens. I stealth forward here. A play I like to do a lot in Izanami is as I go out of sight, I stealth forwards. If they're paying attention, the enemy ADC may or may not actually hear the stealth sound, and may be able to back off. I think she probably did hear the stealth sound, which is why she backed off initially. But again, I get a bunch of pressure, a bunch of damage onto her. And again, this is why I'm not scared of Medusa throughout this entire game. She dashes onto me in a scenario she really shouldn't have. So again, I ult at my feet and I kill her before she even gets a chance to get her ult off. I still have beads up, so even if she got her ult up, I could have beads it and that would have been absolutely fine. Do see everybody coming on the wards here. I did place these high wards, and I was cognizant of 3 people rotating to me. But I made the decision that I was going to commit to this tower fully as well. This is maybe a bad decision that I make. Certainly the next couple of decisions I make here are bad. In terms of leaving and then doubling back through the Kali, if I was going to go for that double back play, I should have short dashed. I should have dashed immediately on top of myself and then run away that way. But instead I dashed away, walked there for a little bit and then turned around because I knew the Kali was coming through the bottom of purple buff and that the Vulcan was going to be going high. But then I made a couple of questionable decisions in terms of both long dashing and deciding to use the beads. Obviously, when I hit the beads, I preemptively beads the knock up on the Jing Chen, because that's always what Jing Chen's going to do, right? It's going to get close to you and he's going to do the knock up, which is his best lockdown ability. But I was going to die there anyway, I think, between Kali and Vulcan both being there. I don't think I ever lived through that. Ganesh dies with his ult up as they dive between our T1 and T2 tower. That's a shame. I don't really think there's much we could have done about that. He could have ulted preemptively, and maybe the fact that Pele was coming over and the fact that I was coming back, we could have been able to clean something up, but he didn't, so we didn't. For the rest of this game, I kind of decided to focus on farming and sticking to the Medusa, 1v1ing her where I can. And it does kind of work out, because again, look, I don't feel like we're winning this game at all, right? But we're 8-13 as opposed to, 0-13. And we're even in gold. Like, we're pretty much dead even in gold, and that's the stat that really matters. The experience and the gold are the stats that matters, not the kills.
Enemy missing left. Okay.
So the fact that people are dying, but we are therefore out-farming the team despite their kills, kind of keeps us in this. It doesn't apparently feel hopeless to the rest of the team. I'm feeling pretty hopeless, honestly. That's why the fact I'm 3-2, the fact they've got a big Kali, but then look at these things. Pele's level 12, Kali's level 11. Kali's got 3 kills and hasn't been shut down. I don't know why she isn't bigger. The play I did there was I walked up looking to steal the purple buff, or maybe gank the Medusa when she's doing it, and then Jing Chen turns around, so I just walk away. Just walk away. Yeah, if he commits to me, I've got a dash. If not, nothing's going to happen here. I accidentally bait my mid laner there. They shout gank, I walk that way, but all I do is slow over the wall to try and stop the Jing Chen. And here this is a stupid death. Right, so I engage on her, she ults, I try to do a flick to the back. I try to do a swift 180 to avoid the stun, then turn back. I don't get it off. My mechanical skill lets me down, and she stuns me, which results in the kill and results in the Gold Fury for them. That was nothing but a mistake by me. Nothing but a mistake. I had that 1v1. I'm pretty sure I had it in the bag, but that's the beginning of Medusa's coming back into this game as I fluff that one massively. Yeah, Pele's asking me where I was for that. I typed back in response that Zing zoned me out. A small lie, I didn't want to try and walk through the bottom of red buff with the Jing Chen being there as well, but I decided I'd assist him somewhat by slowing him over the wall before I went back over to do that disastrous fight with the Medusa. Again, like, we're down. We're not down that much. We're down like 2k. 2k is like the minimum that you need to actually have it feel like a lead, right? For your entire team to feel like they have the lead. So it's the smallest lead they could possibly have. Still absolutely something we can fight back from. And again, I'm just farming. Just farming. The rest of my team is doing pretty well on that front as well. We're going to recover this gold deficit that we have pretty quickly, to be honest. Surprisingly. I'm getting central wards. I'm placing them high still, because I've got their tower down and they don't have mine. So if I place these sentries down, I'm saying we need wards because our wards are all over the place. I see here that I can dash in and pick up the Vulcan, then unfortunately Nuwa ults, so I'm not going to get anything here. I don't really bother committing anything to the Jing Chen because he's the tank, and everybody else was occupied all the way back at their T1 tower when I came in. So if I start pumping CC into him and I ult him, he's going to get away, and all I'm going to do is waste my ult. I could probably have kept engaging there, but I decided to divert into the jungle and steal their red buff. A debatable, is it a mistake? Is it... this is a mistake. What I do right here is just another mistake. I managed to get the 180 spin-off that time, but I fluff every auto attack. I miss every auto attack, and that's really bad. And I'm nothing but apologetic to my team within that. They do clean it up. The new one manages to come back over and kill off the Medusa. I did get her really low, but again, that's 2 kills Medusa's had, which she shouldn't have had, because both times I messed up my engagement. Yeah, missing basic attacks there's never a good excuse for it. Shouldn't do it. I should be better than that. And unfortunately, the Nuwa was out of mana because she had to come clean up the Medusa kill. She had to use abilities on the Medusa, and she didn't have any mana left to defend herself against the Kali, giving Kali even more. Luckily, Pele comes in. Yay, Pele! Go Pele! Pele for president. Pele comes over to that disaster of a left lane. See, that entire left lane, Ganesh died and Nuwa died. They both died because I couldn't clean up that Medusa on my own. Had I killed the Medusa on their own, they would have had their abilities up to be able to deal with the Pele. They would have had more mana, they would have had more life. They would have been able to deal with the Kali. Sorry, not the Pele. Pele's on our team. I knew that. And overall, I'm letting the team down. It doesn't look like it from a slash line, 3 and 4, compared to some of the other people who are like 1 and 8 at this point in the game. But I did let my team down pretty significantly in this early game. Just took a lot of poor fights. Yeah, I'm not playing well. I'm not covering it here. I didn't play well in this game. I can't say anything more beyond that. So I'm going to focus on my strengths as an army, which is farming, quickly clearing. I kind of want to fight her again here, because despite the previous 2 engagements, I still feel like I'm better than her and can take her in every single fight that I need to. However, given that when I dashed in there, she turned around and immediately started autoing towards where she thought I was, I thought better of the fight and decided to come over and pick up this Vulcan instead. He Aegises my 2, that's fine. I know Aegis is a 2-second duration, so I just time my ult to hit him as the Aegis runs out. Knew I also ulted as well, and I don't think that would have killed him. I stay here because I know Medusa's looking for me, and my plan here is to kind of delay until the rest of the team turns up. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the slightest. Again, poor decisions by me. Poor decisions. Again, Pele and the rest of the team turn up, clean up. We're at 2 for 2 at the moment, but here's the Kali. She got shot down earlier from the Pele, so she's not absolutely huge. Shaka's rotated all the way over as well. The Kali ults way too early. Well, not way too early. It was the right time for her to ult because she was going to die otherwise. However, she ults when her target isn't at low HP and she doesn't have time to kill them before the ult wears out. And the rest of our team is able to clean up again. So again, being helped out greatly by my team here. I'm not playing super well. I did pick up a kill on the Vulcan, but honestly, that's just self-aggrandizing. I didn't need to. I didn't need to be ulting him there. I didn't need to be doing all of that. He probably would have died otherwise to the new ult. So, did I deserve that kill? No. No, not at all. I made the call for gold. We've got a sentry on it, and we did just kill off most of the team, but it's taken us too long. And as we can see, there's both other tanks, both the support and the solo lane are over in solo lane. Ganesh is just backing right there. Nuwa's coming over. We're doing red. We're kind of thinking about this Gold Fury. We'd like to do it. I do these camps because no one's kind of going for there. And we see Vulcan just cross a ward and be at it now and sentry ward it. So, kind of can't do it now. We engage on the Vulcan. He's dead. Good job from Pele. We didn't have the wards for it. She just trusted that no one else was going to turn up. We didn't have wards on either side of the map, pretty much. But we've got the sentry ward down now. We think we can probably kill off this Medusa. I just clipped it with a tip of the ult. Tippity-top of the ult. It wasn't a great ult, but it worked out. For some reason, the Kali, who we did see on the wards, isn't coming over to this. She's gone over to Pyro, and Chark is there. So the 4 of us engage on both of the duo lane here. Again, we lose a Nuwa for it, which we shouldn't have done. We trade 1 for 1 now. We traded Nuwa for Medusa, and Kali gets the Pyromancer. I make the call for gold. We're about 3k down here. but we've made no end of mistakes. No end of mistakes. Just pretty much just on a personal level. In that last fight, I should have chased Medusa, or should have committed to Primal. Instead, I wishy-washy between the two. That's silly, and I shouldn't have done it. And now, see, here's the rest of their team chasing down this Pele mid. I mean, they should be able to kill this Pele. I think about going to help her, then I'm like, it's just a support in the solo. They can't catch a Pele. She's got a 3, she's got tons of movement speed, she's going to get away. So I'll just back it up, get a full rage. The build I'm going at the moment, I'm thinking I'm going to go into full pen. Purely because the Mulan's going to try and dive me later on in the game, right? That's Mulan's job as solo laner. You want to go interrupt the enemy ADC in mid laner, specifically the ADC, so she's probably going to get thorns and some block stacks and run at me. So I want to build a bunch of pen to synergize with my passive and just melt through the tanks as much as I possibly can. We see an engagement in probably the next 3 minutes or so. We see I engage on the Mulan in a terrible position and it doesn't work out. Again, here I'm thinking, well, I've been clearing camps. We know she's dead. Look, I've got a level lead, nearly a full 2 level lead, as I'm going to hit level 18 off of 1 minion, and she's still level 16. I actually hit level 17. Yep. I surprise her here. I just keep backing off, keep doing the barracuda backpedal. She tries to spit on me and misses. She doesn't realise this. I think she doesn't realise this, but my autos are just chunking her because I'm going through all the minions. She comes right on me. I flick away to avoid the stun, and I flick back to hit the ult on her. Nuar, I think, ults to help me, or ults to save herself mid. I'm not sure which one it is, but either way, it does help. It does help. It makes Medusa know that she dies either way. Here is where I make the mistake, right? So I start backing because I think Kali's coming to me after that whole fight happens mid. I'm watching mid as all of this happens. I see that Kali is still mid and therefore isn't coming to me, so I think I'm totally safe to do this. So I kind of zone out. And decide to just attack the T2 tower. Mulan smartly comes over and stops me doing it, just walks around the back, and I'm like, I can still do this. Yeah, I've still got this T2 tower. Everything's gonna be fine. This is mine. This is my T2 tower. It isn't at all. Mulan turns up and wrecks me. Absolutely wrecks me. I mean, to be fair, I don't think she wrecks me in terms of outplaying me. She wrecks me in terms of she literally just presses all her buttons on me, and I die because I make no effort to beads or Aegis anything she does. Yeah. Again, another mistake. I make plenty of mistakes in this one. A mistake there, which wasn't mine, was Pele deciding to re-engage on the Mulan. I see what she was going for, in that she thought she could lifesteal up with her Soul Eater and her passive and survive at low HP against this Mulan as we CC her. However, we don't manage to get enough CC off to let her take a hell of a lot of damage. And the Mulan's level 20. Let's not forget. Mulan's level 20. Pele herself has just hit 20, but she was fighting 3v1 with like a 3-level lead on most people, and Pele at low HP. So she was probably going to win that. I think we probably could have just peeled to get the Pele out. But no, ballsy of the Pele to turn around and do it. That's what big plays are made of. That's what gets you a legendary status, if you actually manage to successfully make that. But I think the smarter play was not to do it, obviously. The smarter play is always the play where you don't die. Doi, obviously. At this point, it's 22 minutes in. I shouldn't just be pushing this lane like this, but I'm matching the Medusa. I'm matching the Medusa stroke for stroke. I try and steal that. It doesn't work. I don't even hit anything. Again, the Medusa not playing it super well, but neither am I, so hey, who can judge? We see that Nuar gets out of position. Nuar doesn't have an escape, so Nuar going into the jungle there and trying to fight the Kali, never going to be great. The Nuar matchup into Kali itself isn't great, purely because, like, you got nowhere to get away from the Kali. Right, she just stuns you inside of your fog, and you're dead. I'm looking for something sneaky around the wall if Medusa steps back up to clear the wave. She doesn't, so I'm just going to rotate over and help with this fight. There's no point in me keep pushing that. Medusa's going to sit in lane for a bit or what have you. I'm not going to be able to get that T2. As I say that, we see on the wall that she's not there at all. Here is where I start to play a little bit better. I know Vulcan's coming. I predict everything he's going to do. Avoid the 1 without looking, avoid the 3 without looking, and take a single shot from turret because you can't avoid that one. Down turret. Retreat! Retreat! I get a bunch of poke off here on the 2 tanks as they walk through. I say a bunch of poke. Huh. A couple of crits for 65 because they're super tanky. I slow one of them over the wall. I think I hit the Mulan, not the Jing Chen. But they chase all the way to tower, and that's it. I think that we can probably go in on the Kali here. I ward up. I've got all my actives up. I'm ready for this fight. I don't want to go in on my own because the Ganesh kind of backed off. But I do hit a slow on the Kali and poke it out heavily. Here come the two tanks. Here come the two people who I'm actually worried about. I get the dash off just before the Volcanor hits me in the face. I don't know how that worked. So that must have been a latency thing, so I don't think it was going to work. Yeah, here comes the tank engage on me. Really good silence from the Ganesh. I follow up with a silence on my own. We cage them inside the tower. I have to Aegis the Mulan stuff. And then after Jing Chen has used both his dashes, this always happens with every single Jin Chen, right? They don't want to lose a dash or something. They feel like it's lost value, so they'll dash in on you twice. And as soon as the second dash finishes, they'll look to do the knock-up. So I wait until the second dash is finished and then stealth it out. Had he done his first dash on me and then immediately cancelled out the dash to knock me up, I was dead. I was 100% dead. I think just his base damage would have killed me as the shell wore out from the Ganesh. Good shell from the Ganesh, by the way. Effective. That was the beginning of the turnaround for us. That's where we prove that we can win fights even against these people who are really far ahead, like the Mulan. I think they do Gold Fury. No, we do Gold Fury in the time. That's what it is. We win that one actually, like 3v4. Basically, we win that fight. We kill two people. We lose neither of our own. And Noir and Shark managed to run the Gold Fury down, giving us a Primal Fury buff and ensuring we can do this Fire Giant here. I'm tanking Fire Giant, so I'm doing less damage to it, which is not ideal. Also, I mistimed that first knock-up terribly, which I thought I was out of. What happens here is definitely, look at him, look at Vulcan over there, look at Vulcan's icon. He's absolutely standing still, typing furiously to his team. How could you let them get Fire Giant? And we kill him for it, because he just stands there for so long. He's on a ward. So we just absolutely catch him out. We also catch out somebody else here. I forget who it is. Is it Medusa? No. Yeah, it is a Medusa. Medusa's trying to do speed buff, despite the fact that we've just done fire, and we've just done pyro, and then we just run down the jungle and kill the Vulcan. She should know that we're coming straight to her right there. But she doesn't. Ganesh says something here, and I don't even remember that at the time. I decided to just focus the Phoenix down as we're making this call in, but I see we never actually put minions in, so I'm doing very little damage to it. I beads the Jing Chen ult. Somehow I don't die in the middle of all that nonsense. And we see Medusa blink on the back and not focus me, focus somebody else. So I ignore the Jing Chen. I start trying to pressure the Jing Chen out and stop him from killing us, but instead turn around, kill Medusa. Jing Chen dies anyway, as it turns out, and that's game, right? We were behind that entire game. Look at us right at the end, 5k up. We were behind the entire game. We weren't ever behind by tons. They never extended their lead too far, but we know we got this Titan here. And that's it. That's the game. Again, I didn't play really well there. I got my objective focus in at the end. It was that last fight under that T2 on the solo lane side that proved to us that we had the ability to win that game. And then we all grouped up, pushed straight through from it, and won the game. Literally, I think it was just Ganesh and I think Pele was on the edges, but didn't actually contribute to the actual damage of that fight into the Mulan and the Jing Chen. Or if she did, she just picked up the Jing Chen at the end. But yeah, really, really well played from most of the rest of my team at the end. A rocky start. Rocky start. Right, if you're playing that in casuals, nobody's going to blame you for F6ing that. No one's going to blame you for giving up. Also, apparently here the scoreboard wants us to report the Vulcan. Apparently he was doing something mean. Again, I've got everyone muted on the enemy team, so I don't see in the lobby what they're talking about. But yeah, look at the end scoreboards. There's nothing that really stands out to us. Somehow, I mean, thankfully for us, but somehow the Kali didn't leverage the fact she got 4 early kills to just snowball through the entire game. She still went 11-5, don't get me wrong. She still did excellently. Oh yeah, that's how you come back. And see you all next time.